Dear colleagues, dear journalists, Ukrainian Crisis Media Center continues its work, and our next topic is a presentation of the documentary Sasha X Wins on Maidan, dedicated to the Heavenly Hundreds hero and his family. We have today Emmanuel Graff, director of this documentary from Switzerland, who's director of this film.
Bonjour. Malheureusement, je parle pas encore
Good
ni russe ni ukrainien.
Unfortunately, I do not speak neither Russian nor Ukrainian, and I would like to present a movie which I've made, and later I will study languages. I'm a French director who is residing permanently in Switzerland. And I've begun my career as a documentary film director in France, and I began with the documentaries about my region, about my I made documentaries about my region during 20 years. I made 20 different movies, different documentaries, and I was interested in two major topics. One was de-industrialization of Europe, and the second topic, immigration. As many industrial regions in Europe, my regions used to have many migrants.
Que j'ai rencontré la diaspora ukrainienne pour la première fois.
And in the context of this work about in a film about deindustrialization and immigration, I first met Ukrainian migrants and Ukrainian immigration. I should say that among migrants in Ukraine, we have four big groups: group from Ukraine, group from Russia, from Poland, and from Slovenia.
À la suite d'un film en 2011, en Lorraine, j'ai commencé à filmer les associations de migrants de ces quatre origines de pays de l'Est.
And in 2012, the natural result of my studies of migration, I started to shoot movies documentaries about these big groups of migrants in Lorraine. And in this now I'm interested in Ukraine both as intellectually and personally.
Entièrement à la problématique ukrainienne à partir de 2012.
Starting from 2012, I stopped working on migration associations and devoted my work to Ukraine. Now I have arrived to Ukraine for a week, and I will present two documentaries here which I had done. Both documentaries were made almost simultaneously between 2013 and now. and I will say a couple of words, 30 seconds, about a documentary which is called Ukrainian Diary. The documentary I will demonstrate in Ukraine on March 14th in Kharkiv University. That's a documentary which comprises 4 chapters. The first chapter is about Ukrainian migration in Lausanne, in Switzerland. The second chapter is devoted to Ukrainian diaspora in Lorraine region. And the main topic which unites these 2 chapters is Ukrainian diaspora's participation in Maidan events in Ukraine. The third chapter of this documentary is devoted to my family. My wife is from Ukraine, from Kharkiv. We have a small son, and our family permanently travels between France, Switzerland, and Ukraine. And this allowed me to cover the Maidan events and those trips that happened during Maidan events. And because of the family of my wife, I discovered a new topic, the topic of the Great Famine, which is not much known in Europe. And the fourth chapter of this movie is devoted to historic topic. This is the topic related to the Second World War, to the slaughtering of 22,000 of prisoners of war, Ukrainian prisoners of war at the territory of France. At that time, Nazis brought to Lorraine, to my region, that Ukrainian prisoners of war to the concentration camp, like fresh labor force, and close to Metz town in the east of France, from which I come. There was this concentration labor camp, and there now we have a huge cemetery where we have 22,000 Ukrainian prisoners of war. So this topic, I think, is important for Ukraine, but also it is important for the Western Europe. And this second documentary, which I would like to present today, Sasha Wings on Maidan. This documentary became possible thanks to the support of the French company, which is located close to Metz. And my motivation was quite simple. I wished to make a story about Maidan, but to tell this story a bit differently from the way it was done earlier. It seems to me that for Europeans, for the French, for the Swiss, it was rather difficult to understand what Maidan was about, what was the meaning of Maidan, what was the importance of Maidan for local people. Because during Maidan, there was a lot of information coming to Western Europe, and it was very difficult to understand what was going on. So my idea was very simple, to tell just one story of a guy, of this Sasha, who was killed on Maidan on February 20th, 2014. And to do this, I had to investigate the story to understand his motivation from inside, and to tell the story of Maidan via the personal story of this individual person who tragically died on February 12th, on February 20th, 2014. And now we will offer you to your attention the teaser of this movie.
Я сьогодні поїду з сім'єю Саші, з друзями, одногрупниками, також тими хлопцями-побратимами, його побратимами, які були з ним до останнього на Майдані, останні хвилини на Майдані.
Добренько, їжджай.
Дякую, Котька.
Я до своєї колеги по роботі кажу, боже, мій Саша в Києві. Кажу, таке робиться. Ну що ти переживаєш? І вдома може картина на голову впасти.
Ой, не треба грустно, бо я зараз буду плакати, я не хочу. Я не хочу. Ну, що він душу положив за ближніх своїх, то це точно.
Я, звісно, пишаюсь, що в мене такий брат, сміливий, добрий. Але як я себе почувати маю? У мене не стало брата.
якби от всі такі були люди, як Сашко, ми б жили, напевно, по-іншому просто.
О, Майдан пройшли, АТО пройшли, і духовку запалили.
Це тобі не скати під пальцем.
Закидай F-ку.
І такі, ми такі, да, ми йдемо воювати, ми будемо все, але так в душі такі, ну, що на стиків це, ну, почала приходити ця серйозність, хоча вона вже і так була до того. Ну.
Загинув він, лежачи більше на лівій стороні, загинув він отак. Він лежав і він трохи підняв голову.
Bon, en conclusion.
And now I'm coming to conclusion. For us, Europeans, making such documentaries about events about Maidan events means actually to build up bridges between Switzerland, France, and Ukraine. The plot, the story of this documentary is rather simple. It is about Natalia, the best friend of Sasha, goes from Rivne to Kiev and to Sasha's friends, and via these meetings, I tell the entire story. Tomorrow in Kiev at 4 p.m. in Atmosfera Cinema, we will have the first night show of this film, of this documentary. Then there will be the show of this documentary in Rivne, and I believe that there will be good reaction on this documentary, both here and Christine. First of all, I would like to thank you for the documentary. We, of course, will go to see it. Why you have chosen just this very Sasha? We had 100 other heroes. It was not me who selected Sasha. This story found me, actually. In October 2014, I visited Kiev as a member of the International Monitors observing elections in Kiev, and So I observed and during that my visit in October, I made a walk on Maidan and found a person in front of very small monument. This young person, there was Natalia. She was tidying up the monument on Institutska Street. This surprised me. I started discussion with Natalia, and she told me the story about Sasha and so this Natalia later became the main character in this movie. She told me the story about Sasha and told the story of that small amateur monument. And listening to her, I understood that this personal story could be very appealing for the Europeans. This was the moment in Europe when many political forces were opposing Maidan situation. Many political parties, in particular the ultra-right parties, supported Russia, and also the left-wing parties supported Russia in this conflict between Ukraine and Russia. Yes. And at that very moment, meeting Natalia, I decided that Sasha's story could break a lot of myths about perceptions what existed in Maidan. Thank you very much, dear friends, for your presentation. You can pose your questions off record, and thank you very much for your press conference.